podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
BoxingVoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. I won't be like you. Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold the record with you.
I know my job. I know my situation. I want to fight. That's my production. But it's going to be very difficult for both of us.
BoxingVoice.com.
Hey yo, what's up, everybody out there in the TBV universe? It's your boy Mike. I'm back with another one, you know what I'm saying? Got another TBV recap for you, man. We had a busy day. But before I get to the day, just want to give a big shout out to Deontay Wilder for joining us today on the podcast and the radio show. We do appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? Much thank goes out to him. And I just appreciate it, the whole boxing community, man, for all the content that we were able to get. Real quick, if you like what you're hearing, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on social media at Gross1911 on IG or at Gross2312 on Twitter. But yeah, man, let's get into it. On the first docket number one, I'm pretty sure you guys woke up how I woke up this morning. If you're in America, that is, you woke up to the news of Tyson Fury signing I believe a five fight deal with ESPN that's in the range of 80 million pounds, which is like $100 and some million. So my hats off to Tyson Fury. I mean, I can never get mad about somebody making a financial decision that sets not only him up but his family up down the line, generation for generation. I mean, it's all about building generational wealth. And yeah, great, man. Great for Fury and great for his just great for his career. And maybe it does put a little doubt in the Wilder rematch, but Shelly Finkel came out today, said hey, we're still hopeful for making the fight. Wilder was on the podcast and he said much of the same thing, and he said he was actually happy for Fury too, that he's able to get a paycheck like that. So look, at the end of the day, man, you got to do what's best for you and your family, and everything else comes secondary. But as a boxing fan, if this deal somehow prevents the Wilder fight from happening again, I would be disappointed as a boxing fan. And I mean, not the first time that boxing fans have been disappointed. So I mean, guess we'll get over it, right? Yeah, but. Yeah, that was the big news of the day, man. Fury, ESPN, he does have a American broadcaster now. This possibly makes him a bigger star over in America. Well, not possibly. I think it definitely makes him a bigger star over in America than it does Joshua, because for the simple fact that ESPN is in way more, and I mean way more households than the Zone. I don't think the number is even comparable or even close. I mean, that's just off the top of my head. I have no data or stats to back this up, but if you live in America, it'll be hard pressed to find a bar or even a barbershop where like I frequent, even a household that doesn't have ESPN of some sort. If whether it's ESPN Plus, the regular ESPN, or a combination of all of them, I think ESPN gives Fury a bigger grasp on the U.S. market than it does AJ. AJ fighting on the Zone, we all know that it's possibly on a fight-to-fight basis. So, maybe he's able to work out a deal where he's able to fight on ESPN, or ESPN just make all these fights go to purse bid now. I mean, what benefits your network more? Trying to negotiate possibly a joint pay-per-view, or trying to do a purse bid where you can possibly bid the most money and get these fighters on your network. You know what I'm saying? Because if these fighters refuse the purse bid, then I believe you have to vacate your belt. And I doubt either AJ or Wilder wants that. So ESPN has become a big player in the heavyweight division now, man. We were looking at what they were going to do, and right now they hold a lot of chips on their side of the table now. Fury is a big name, not only in the UK, but his name is going to grow over here in the States, being on ESPN. But if you want Wilder's reaction, you can definitely go check that out on the podcast and enjoy, man. It was a damn good interview, and we got a little insight of his mindset and his mind frame right now, and it seemed to be all positive. Also, another story that I covered today: Billy Joe Saunders is moving up to 168, and he's no longer going to campaign at 160. He said that the making the weight was just became a bit too much for him, and now he's hoping to make big fights at 168, and he's going for the WBO vacant belt that was vacated by Zurdo Ramirez, and he's fighting. Don't really know the guy's name he's fighting, but kind of slipped on my mind right now. But yeah, man, looks like the 168 division has a new player, and he did speak on the Gail Eubank, and I think that's definitely a big fight for him over in the UK. Maybe even possibly transcends over here in the US, because if Frank Warren and Tyson Fury got a promotional deal with ESPN, I'm pretty sure you can expect to see Billy Joe Saunders on ESPN too. So that gives him a little bit of leverage. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's exciting for him to be campaigning at a weight that he feels comfortable at, and I really like the potential fight between the winner of the Gail Eubank, because we all know if Eubank wins, then there's old British beef, there's unfinished business from the first fight, and it seems like the rematch was headed that way a couple years ago, but somehow things got stifled and it didn't happen. And also, if James DeGale wins, I mean, can never say that's not a big fight over in the UK. I mean, James DeGale's a gold medalist, former champion, and I'm pretty sure there'll be a marketplace for that fight over in the UK. Also, you can't rule out the other champions. You got to look at Caleb Plant, the IBF champion. You have to look at the WBA champion. Slipping mind right now, the WBA champion. Who is the WBA champion at 168, Mike? Come on, man. You are better than this. WBA 168 champion. My bad, and I'm so sorry, sir. Callum Smith. Callum Smith who just won the WBSS World Boxing Super Series. My fault, Callum Smith, man. Trust me, you are nobody to be forgot. You are maybe the cream of the crop in this division, but excited to see you against some of the top guys too now. Callum Smith is a fight that I didn't even think about earlier. Callum Smith could be a damn big fight. You're talking about a unification fight over in the UK against a guy who's yearning for a big fight, who wants a big fight, who's talking about moving up to fight Sergey Kovalev in search of a big fight. So that's always a possibility. Or you can go the WBC route, possibly face the winner of Anthony Durrell and Advil Yildirim, a guy who Chris Eubank fought. Or you can go the WBC, WBA, WBO, which is Billy Joe Saunders. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. IBF is Caleb Plant, and there will be a tremendous matchup of boxing styles and the sweet science, because both guys are damn good boxers. Both guys are pretty slick, and both guys have in the ring antics. So that would be a very, very exciting fight, but two different networks. So, and we know Fox is heavily invested in Plant. We see them fight on their network, did great viewership, and we also see them commentate over the weekend at the Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia press conference. So, yeah, man, for Billy Joe Saunders, moved to 168. You know what I'm saying? Probably the best thing for him right now, and this stage in his career. And I'm happy to see where he goes from here. Also, another story that I covered today, man. We got Floyd Mayweather. He finally addresses, so well, he didn't finally, because the story came out a couple days ago, but he addresses Ryan Garcia, saying that he wants to fight Tank, or he wants to spar Tank, or he wants to do that. And Floyd made it clear, man. If you want Tank, then I have a fighter on TMT that I want you to fight. He goes by the name Rolly, and if you beat Rolly, then I'll give you 200K, and then you get the Tank fight. Well, Ryan Garcia heard this and took note, and he made his own counter offer. He was like, okay, Floyd, we all know that you were the biggest mouth in the room, but something about I don't know what he said, but I don't want to misquote him. But I do know that he said I would take the fight for $200,000 when I beat him, but if I knock him out, then I'm gonna need $1 million. And I haven't heard from Floyd since, or Floyd hasn't responded to that post. So excited to kind of see if this fight happens and does it actually lead to a Gervonta Davis fight down the road, because I think it's still kind of early in Ryan's career, but I think he's doing the right thing about by mentioning this fight so early. So when it does happen, it's a monumental event, and both fighters get paid well. I mean, I enjoy Ryan Garcia, man. I think he's good for boxing. He has the look. I mean, he can talk. He's the ladies love him. I mean, he's everything you look for when you're trying to market a fighter, and I mean, and he has a big social media following. The only question that people have about Ryan is just how good is he really? I mean, and I do see some skill in Ryan, and the only thing that I think he has to do is just mature into his mastering and just re um not re but refine or retweak some of his skills and let his range and his height and his length work for him. Another story that I didn't cover, but he's supposed to be sparring Canelo, and we all know that Eddie Reynoso is now his trainer, so that's a good thing. And sparring Canelo, I mean, it's a great thing because you can learn so much from a guy on Canelo's level, because we all know Canelo is a multi-division world champion, has been in there with some of the very, very best in the sport, Cotto, Mayweather, Gennady. And he got a big fight coming up with Daniel Jacobs. He's been in there with, I mean, oh man, Canelo's been in there with some Erislandy Lara. He's been in there with some real Austin Trout. I mean, he's been in there with some guys that are Hall of Famers, and some guys that are maybe fringes of a Hall of Famer. So by sparring a guy like Canelo, man, you can learn so much and you can soak up so much information, and it's just going to benefit you in the long run. And I think that's probably the best thing for Ryan Garcia, so he can get used to being hit by a bigger man or a more powerful man, because we all know Tank Davis does have some extraordinary crack to be at 130, and I totally think his power is going to translate when he moves up to 135. So I don't think that's even a discussion. Also, we got a couple videos from Omar Douglas that came out today. You know what I'm saying? He's in camp working extremely hard for this Lee Selby fight. He's getting focused. We got him some training footage. Big ups to my guy J Hardcore out here working, man, out here getting it in and just getting a lot of footage for you guys. He set it out to some more places this week. He didn't. I really couldn't get him on tonight. I mean, he was. I guess kind of tired in the bed. I really didn't want to ask him. So, but yeah, man, he's out there doing his thing, man. And big ups to Jay Hardcore. He was in the Omar Douglas camp, and he's ready. We also got a video from Dion Nicholson, a guy who's coming off a big victory this weekend down in Tuscaloosa. He's coming off I believe a first round KO. I mean, he's talking about a future world title shot at cruiserweight, and he talks about possibly what we have on the show Wednesday, and we're gonna ask him about possibly moving down to 175 light heavyweight, and possibly calling out the likes of a Anthony Yard or somebody that's high in the light heavyweight division. Also, I did a story about Mikey Garcia and Terrence Crawford. They had a little beef over the weekend. Mikey Garcia feels that Amir Khan, even though he's a name, he's not a name in his prime, and he don't feel like that Crawford will get the respect or it won't go down on his legacy as a legacy fight because he's not fighting Amir when Amir, I guess, was the best Amir possible. Which, I mean, who's to say that this camp Amir is not going to be the best he ever looked? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's tough because I know the narrative on Amir. Everybody think Amir doesn't have a chin, but some of the guys he been knocked out by really have a extraordinary punch. Guys like Danny Garcia, who Keith Thurman said this out of his mouth. Now, I'm not making this up. That same shot that landed on my elbow, I'm glad it didn't land on my head or my face because I don't think I don't know how he put it, but it that was a devastating blow. Also, Canelo Alvarez. I mean, that left hook from Canelo. I mean, that was picture perfect and landed right on the button and really put Amir down. I'm just of the mindset, man. It's easy to critique somebody's resume and saying that they don't have the names and they don't have they're not challenging themselves. But and this is just my opinion. When you look at Mikey Garcia in the Errol Spence fight, I just feel like Mikey Garcia is in a no lose situation. Yes, he can lose inside the ring. He could really leave something in the ring going against a guy like Errol Spence. But in the public perception, I don't think if Mikey loses, they'll look at him any less of a champion. He was going up in weight, fighting the naturally bigger guy, fighting the naturally stronger guy, fighting the natural welterweight. And I don't think if he loses, much more people want. I mean, not that many people will look at him as being a failure or not being a success. But if he wins, I mean, if he wins, he's a pay per view sensation. Maybe even the one of the biggest stars in boxing now. Maybe he takes that next step. So I just feel like it's a win win for Mikey. But when you look at Earl got a lot to lose. He can risk looking bad against Mikey. He can risk getting Mikey out of there in the first 30 seconds. And people was like, "Oh, this is a sham show." It's a lot of things that could go wrong for Earl. But back to Crawford and Garcia. Like I said earlier, I think these guys just have some animosity from the amateurs that didn't really get resolved, and hopefully maybe the guys may fight each other in the pros. I'm not sure. I know because Mikey is a naturally smaller guy, so fighting Crawford's just like to me, even though Crawford's not a powerful as Spence, but I think you know Crawford could do some damage to Mikey Garcia. But I just think it's unfinished business at 140. I mean, unfinished business between those two guys, and as long as their career are going with each other, same time frame, same decade, same generation, then you're going to hear these whispers from Mikey Garcia, and you're going to hear Crawford do what he did I believe Saturday night or Sunday morning was clap back. You know what I'm saying? He told Mikey don't quit it against Earl like he did Salido, but we all know Salido headbutting Mikey, and Mikey had problems breathing through his nose. Also, I just think, you know, I just think, man, the resume game is played out to me in boxing. Man, I go through it all the time, and it's easy to pick apart somebody's resume, but I'm of the mindset. If we're looking at two people and you think one guy to win and I think another guy to win, let's just get those guys in the ring and let the guys fight each other so we can see who truly is the better fighter. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion, and what do I know? Also, the last little bit of news that I reported on was Usyk and Povetkin getting close to a fight for May 18th. Reports say that it could possibly be in Chicago. Povetkin is on Usyk's list and vice versa. That's a video that I just put out probably about 2 hours ago, talking all about this. So if you want to go check it out, it's on the channel, and it's totally there for you guys to watch, man. And I just want to thank you guys for all the support, watching these clips and watching these videos, man. It really means a lot. And until next time, I'm out. Peace out, man. Y'all have a good night. See y'all tomorrow morning. Oh yeah, quick news and notes. Ron and Ness will be in New York tomorrow for the AJ and Miller press conference. So if you see those guys out there and you're out there, give them a holler and yell TBV. Those guys are going to put in some work tomorrow too. So I'll probably do a lot more of videos like this tomorrow. So if you like it, I love it. Until next time, peace out. Yes, sir.